Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host. Just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Wednesday, July 2nd. So going back to our Major League Baseball show, by the way. Sorry about that. Going back to July 1st, I guess it's going to be known for the rain out and suspension games. One game suspended. 3 games postponed until Wednesday. And, oh, my God, we've got so many baseball games today. I don't even know. Man, 3 doubleheaders. Well, if you want to end a suspended in a game and a half as well going on. So we've got a monster day of Major League Baseball on this Wednesday to go through with you. If you're new to our show, welcome. Secondly, we do fade or follow 4 different teams in Major League Baseball. Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and the Orioles. That's where we will be putting all of our wagers at. We will be giving you wagers throughout the whole lineup, even on these doubleheader games, which make it, from a handicap perspective, I will say this, a lot harder, right? And it's nothing to do with the fact that they're playing 2, but a lot of times you get splits on maybe something. It's hard to sweep a doubleheader. Or lose 2 of the doubleheader. So a lot of times you get splits, even though the pitching matchups might read sweep as well. So some little nuances there. Plus, guys obviously get tired. Guys aren't in the lineup. Things of that nature as well. They tend to be extremely low scoring or extremely high scoring. There doesn't seem to be a lot of in between with those. So it's either it cruises to an under or cruises to an over, so to speak. But hopefully you guys had a monster day. We did Monday and Tuesday. We've had monster days here on the show baseball-wise, hitting stuff like mad crazy. So hopefully you guys are as well. Let's get into this. First game up, 12:10 Eastern time, Tampa Bay and the A's. So the A's have shocked Tampa Bay here twice in this series. Tampa Bay was hotter than, one of the hottest teams out in baseball probably over the last month. And all of a sudden hit the A's and hit a train here. Back at home. Now, I will say this. As good as the Rays are, they're actually just barely above 500 at home at Georgia Steinbrenner Stadium, which they're calling home this season. So maybe there's something a little bit more to that. It's hard to say exactly on that one. Normally, you're a little bit more comfortable at home, but since it's not their home stadium, even though they're sleeping in their own bed, maybe not as much fun here. But the road's actually been a lot better for Tampa Bay. Mitch Spence going against Ryan Peepote in this one. Peepote got hurt in the last game. I'm glad to see he's back in the rotation for this start. Didn't miss a start. But you could tell in that game something happened. He tweaked something in his last game against the Orioles and got absolutely just jaw dropped all over the place. It was not a lot of fun, to say the least, in that one there. This game here, though, I don't know if he's going to be fully back to where he was a little bit before. We're going to take a little bit outside the norm here. Total in this game's 9. Rays are a monster favorite here at $2.25 favorite. The biggest favorite they've been all series long, basically, here. I don't want to play the Rays at that expensive a favorite, not knowing the extent what Peepote went through the last time. So that total of 9, take it down to 8.5, and time to pounce on the over here. Also, over 4.5 runs in the first 5. Slight lean to Tampa Bay. Wouldn't play that side, though. I think your over here is going to have a lot better opportunity. As both teams have scored throughout this, I expect the Rays to be able to put up some runs against Spence in that bullpen. And the A's seem to be hitting well after their up-and-down topsy-turvy series with the Yankees. Even though that Yankees series, the series before this, they did lose 2 out of 3. They did score some runs. They only had 1 game. They did get shut out, but they scored 5 and 7 the other 2 games. And they've scored runs both in the first 2 games of this series, so expect some more scoring there as well. Next game up, 12:35 Eastern time, St. Louis and Pittsburgh. What can we say about game 1? We told you there wouldn't be basically no score through the front 5. There wasn't. There wasn't a score till late. I thought the Cardinals would kind of sneak this one out 1-0. The Cardinals didn't get it. Pittsburgh does win a game 1-0. We told you the best play in that thing was +0.5 front 5 with the Cardinals. That hit +1.5 as well. That both of those also cashed in that one there. But we didn't snag that Cardinals money line, which we were hoping to get in that one. But this one here, Sonny Gray versus Mitch Keller. I don't know if we're going to see a ton of scoring in this one, to be really honest, either. Sonny Gray pitched really well his last time out. And the Ks are starting to mount up for Sonny as well. So look at his K total. If you can get it at 6, that's definitely a play there as well. But total at 8, I'd take it to 8.5 and go under. Under 4.5 first 5, under 8.5 for the game in this one. Slight lean to St. Louis in a low-scoring matchup here again with the Cardinals and the Pirates. Next game up, 1:05 Eastern time. We get game 1 of the doubleheader. Pitchers have changed in this one. That's the only bad. I thought we had this game so pegged, and then all of a sudden we get stuck with this doubleheader stuff. But hopefully the rain holds off for Wednesday, as supposedly that thunderstorm might be hanging around that's covering out the Mid-Atlantic at this point. But we'll see on that one. Padres and the Phillies, game 1 of the doubleheader. Pivetta, this time going against Mick Abel. Abel at home's been much better than on the road, even though last time out on the road, he pitched well I believe in Toronto. Pivetta still comes off the career start of his life in his last start. He is not going to back that up with 2 of those in a row. The Phillies are a money line favorite on a run line dog here in this one. Let the confusion begin, right? Total in this one at 9. This one here, we slightly want to go to the over here. I'd probably give you that for a little bit of a play, going over 9 there. I wouldn't put as much on that as I would the Phillies here for the game. Now, this thing could be basically even up through 5. That would not shock me as well. So just keep that in mind. If this game maybe gets to a little bit later, as we do like the Phillies to win. I don't know if I'd play them for a front 5 here. As you know, we love playing first 5s for the most part, but that's when we normally got a huge pitching advantage. Even though Pivetta, I think, is a little bit better than Abel so far, like in their careers, I got a feeling Pivetta is going to get beat up here a little bit. And the Phillies at home, like I said, are a darn good team, one of the best home teams out there. Next game up, also 10:05, the second of the 3 doubleheaders in this one here. Trevor Williams, and instead of going against Jack Flaherty, where I thought we were going to see fireworks last night, Holton in this one for the Tigers. So Trevor Williams, well, let's give you Trevor Williams. What's he going to do? He's going to pitch 5 innings. He's going to give up 3 to 4 runs and not strike out many people. That's what he's going to do. Now, the Tigers do take a blow. Kerry Carpenter hits the injured list. That's kind of a big deal. That does take out a power stick and a guy that can hit the ball in that one. But I'm looking for player props in this one. I'm going hunting against Trevor Williams. Riley Green is somebody I'd be looking at. Gleyber Torres is always a strong candidate if you're looking for a hit or maybe even 2 hits. Riley, and then Spencer Torkelson as well. I'd be eyeing all of those guys currently in this Nationals and Tigers game 1, making sure who's in there. So this is one of those ones you probably want to wait till the lineups are announced, as it's going to be a little shuffling back and forth because it's doubleheader day here for the Tigers and Nationals. Do like the Tigers in this one. First 5 innings is where I definitely think the advantage is here for the Tigers. So at -0.5 in the front 5. Nationals with Trevor Williams, I don't know. They're going to have to score a bunch of runs to make up for Trevor. They know this every time Trevor hits the mound, though. So on that one, no surprise, I think, there for the Nationals this one. But Tigers front 5. Also, with Tigers over their team total and those hitting props we went over as well. Next game up, 1:10 Eastern time. Mets, Brewers. This is the 3rd of the doubleheader. Peralta versus Clay Holmes in this one. And we went over this game basically yesterday. Nothing's really changed from my point of view here. Peralta is nails against the Mets, lifetime in his career. Clay Holmes he's been solid for the Mets. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been horrible. The Mets obviously losing Griffin Canning was a big deal. That hurts that pitching staff that was weakened to begin with. The hitters for the Mets really have to pick this thing up if the Mets plan on winning the AL East and making the wild card. I know they've got a sizable lead for the wild card at the moment, but I've watched the Cubs for many years and watched them lose it all in less than 3 weeks. I've seen the Diamondbacks lose it in 2 weeks. The Mets don't have enough pitching, I think, to make a real run at the World Series this year unless the hitters just absolutely take off. I'm not the biggest Juan Soto guy. Juan Soto does one thing extremely well. That's put up stats, right? And especially walks. That's why he's so loved, because his OPS is really high, because his on-base percentage is going to be really high. And if you don't know what on-base percentage is, on-base percentage plus slug is what it means, right? which your slugging percentage is basically taking your hits and obviously more weight for home runs and triples and doubles than singles, right? So his numbers are going to look fantastic, but a lot of times Soto does this, multiple runners on or one runner on. They really need a hit or they're behind and they need a hit and he still takes the walk. Kind of sucks for your offense occasionally, but that's what he does. That's what he's always done. It's not that he's a bad player. He's just, in my opinion, not worth the richest contract in baseball history. So on that one there. And the reason he got it is because he was so young-wise as well. So, but to go back to what we were saying, our strategy really hasn't changed on this game whatsoever. We like the Brewers in this one, first 5 innings especially. You can take a money line there, get a little bit of plus money. Money line for the game. Also, plus 1.5, I think is excellent value still, even though it's close to minus 200. Minus 200 is not a bad play, right? Putting up $100 to win $50 is not necessarily the worst thing on earth. Especially if you think you got, 75% chance of that thing coming in. That's a good value, what we're thinking there. All right. We talked enough about Brewers and Mets game 1. Right? Now, where do we go next? As we were the board's not going to be full of everything today, so we're having to make sure we catch everything in order. Now we get to the second game of the doubleheader let's see here, Padres and Phillies. So we kind of went over game 1, how Pivetta probably had the game of his life last time, and we don't think he repeats it. Dylan Cease got rocked in his last start, and Christopher Sanchez going for the Phils. This game at 6:15 Eastern time? I'm going to tell you this. I don't normally pick teams to sweep a doubleheader. I think we have to here with the Phillies. I don't like Dylan Cease is not going to – he'll strike out some Phillies because, he will. But he leaves way too many pitches in the middle. He gives out way too many walks. The Phillies can be patient enough to sit there and take a walk as well, which I think definitely helps him here. I think Sanchez has a decent day. Phillies money line first 5 innings. Phillies money line for the game. Like I said, depending on how the first game goes, if it's a big monster over game, I might not play a total on the second one, but I do like the Phillies to get the first half of this and then also the game. Then we get, as I check the schedule one more time to make sure we're not screwing this completely up. Let's see here, 6:45, 6:15. Okay, all right, we're on track. Next game up, Miami Marlins, hottest team in baseball. Another win, 2-0 over the Twins, even over Joe Ryan, right? Congratulations to the Marlins. They're on fire. My favorite pitching name so far this season, Junk for the Marlins, going against Woods Richardson. Love that name of Junk. Marlins have won what is it, 7, 8 in a row? I don't even remember at this point. It's been so long, and the night's getting away from us. So Marlins with Junk, Woods Richardson, who got extremely lucky in his last start not to give up 8 runs and 17,000 base runners as he normally does here. Somehow the Twins are still a favorite here. No respect for the Marlins in this winning streak. By the way, look at where the Marlins are up to all of a sudden. They're right. Those lovely Atlanta Braves everybody loves so much. They're not far away from the Braves here in that one there. Love the Marlins in this spot. They continue the win streak. They're plus money here. You're getting all kinds of value. So if you want to be safer, take the Marlins plus a half, front 5, plus 1.5 for the game. If you believe in the Marlins, which currently I do, money line for the game, money line first 5 innings as well. Like Junk, he's pitched well. Woods Richardson is always a pitch away from giving up 3 runs, it seems like, in that one there. Next game up, Tigers, Nationals, game 2 of the set, 6:45 Eastern time. And we got Mackenzie Gore and Jack Flaherty here. So Flaherty's gotten rocked for multiple starts in a row. Nationals and Mackenzie Gore is one of the funnest pitchers to watch. Now, is he the best pitcher in the league? No. Does he have great swing and miss stuff? Yes. He still has to figure out how to pitch sometimes. That does happen here. But love what Mackenzie Gore does. He gives up a lot of singles. Normally, if you see him give up a double, that's when you start to worry. Normally, when you get something off him, they're not squaring it up off the barrel. It's normally a single, it's C&I single, a bloop, whatever it may be. So if you see him give up a double early, just keep that one in mind and maybe go attack the over in that one there. But Flaherty's gotten blown up, so we thought the Tigers take care of game one more than likely. Game two, here's the split in this one. We love the Nationals with Mackenzie Gore going here. The Tigers do strike out quite a bit as well. They do not hold back from the swing and miss, so probably not bad to look at Mackenzie Gore K's. Total in this one's at 7.5. I'd probably focus on the Nationals over their team total. If you can get that at 3.5, I like that play over Flaherty. Like the Nationals early and often. Nationals front five, Nationals for the game as well. A lot of opportunities there in game two in that one there. So I'll keep this in mind. I know everybody's going to want to play the early games because, oh my God, if there's actually action on the board, the degenerate in all of us wants to go ahead and play that early game. It's not necessarily as good as we like this game here at 6:45 Eastern time. Just keep that in mind, right? I know it's on the board. You can have action going all day long, right? I'm with you, right? The degenerate in all of us wants to have action going as long as we can. But this is the better game of the two in the Tigers and the Nats if you have to play a Tigers-Nats game. Next game up, 7:07 Eastern time, Yankees and the Blue Jays. Let's talk about this Yankees bullpen as of late. Oh my God, what are they doing? George Springer has 7 RBIs. He looked like 8 years ago, George Springer, with the Astros. Jose Barrios, Will Warren in this matchup here. What's not to be excited about, right? What is not to be excited about in this one? I will say this. Barrios pitched really well his last time out. Will Warren has been striking a lot of guys out as well. So I would look at K's actually for both guys in this particular game. As both guys can strike out, both teams do strike out quite a bit. So I would look for strikeouts for both of these guys, Will Warren and Jose Barrios in this game. A couple different wagers to look at. The Blue Jays are getting plus money here and plus 1.5 on the run line. I think that's great value against Will Warren. You just have to hope Barrios pitches well and not like, sometimes he can, which is absolutely stupid and ridiculous. So, K's for both pitchers. Barrios and Warren. Blue Jays, plus 0.5 first 5 innings. Plus 1.5 for the game. I think you're getting great value there. If the Yanks don't hit home runs, they don't score as much, right? I don't think the Blue Jays are going to put up another crooked number like they did on Tuesday, but I do like the Blue Jays in this spot. I think they can get a win here, and money line for the game as well. I think is excellent value too. Next, and especially with the Yankees bullpen, they could probably give up some stuff here as well. Next game up, 7:15 Eastern time, and I'm assuming that we missed the Brewers game. We did. All right, so let's skip that one. 7:10 Eastern time. Brewers and the Mets, game 2 of the set. Mizrowski going in that one versus Tidwell. This is pitching matchup heavily slanted towards the Brouhahas. Tidwell has not been that good for the Mets. I don't see it posted currently on the betting board here, so we'll just give you a little bit of a breakdown of the game. Mizrowski in his 3 starts has been really, really, really good. ERA just barely over 1. Expected ERA just under that. As well. Tidwell's been god-awful. I mean, I'm trying to be polite there, right? I could have said absolutely atrocious or horrible. Tidwell more than likely gets it figured out before too long. Does it happen this season? I don't know. But I do like the Brewers to sweep this doubleheader on the road. A hard thing to do, but they have the pitching advantage, I think, in both games. Like I said, Peralta is always really good against the Mets. Mizrowski, this kid has been really good. Now, watch out for the Mizrowski K's. If they post him at 6.5, I'm not playing him for 7. Just because I don't know if he goes enough innings. The Brewers are going to be careful with his innings and pitch count. Just because he's so young, he's the bright spot. He's the future stud of this staff. Obviously, the guy can throw 103 miles an hour, but they are not going to let him go out there and throw 110 pitches. They're just not. They're not going to risk the future of the Brewers franchise on trying to win a few extra games right now, even though they are in the middle of a pennant race. In this one. So Brewers, we like them to win here. We love them in the first 5 innings in this one as well. And then, like I said, we don't really know what a total is going to be in that one. So we'd have to stay away from that because we don't know what it's going to be as of yet, right? Because it's not posted. Next game up, 7:15 Eastern time, Braves and the Angels. All right, so we did miss, like, I think 2 games basically on Wednesday. This was one of them. But we did get switched out pitcher, and that was probably the majority of it. UC going in this one for the Angels versus Fuentes for the Braves. UC strikeouts, I'm going to see if anything's posted as of yet. The Braves do strike out quite a bit as well. UC's been striking out people at an alarming rate. So his current one is at 5.5. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd play him for 6. I'd play him for 7. I'd play him for 8. I might even play him for 9 if you can find one. Find a spot that's going to let you go up to ladder him at 9 strikeouts. He's been striking out double-digit guys like mad crazy. Now, he has given up some runs during that stretch. It's not like he's been dominant and shutting people out, but he has been. His majority of his outs have come by the K-ball in this one. Fuentes, I mean, the kid's 20. Let's give him a little bit of credit here. The Braves are going to have to win. If you think the Braves are going to win, I'll give you a little safer play. Over 9.5. And over their 4.5 team total. It's less juice. And Fuentes hasn't given up, I don't believe, less than 4 runs in any start so far. So if you think the Braves are going to win, you got a way to save yourself instead of playing the money line there. You can play a total of 10, or you can play over, 4.5 team total. Something to that effect. Maybe it's 5, but you can get it down to 4.5 and still be less than probably $1.30-ish. But like the Angels in this spot on the road, plus a half first 5 innings, plus 1.5 for the game. UC, like we mentioned, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts. I think it's a definite possibility here, the way he's been tossing the ball as of late. Swing and miss stuff's becoming even better for him as well. So next game up. All right, 8:05 Eastern time. Cubs, Guardians. So Cubs get a win, 5-2, game 1. Boyd kind of cruised along like we thought he would. The Cubs offense necessarily wasn't as dominant as we thought it would be in that one, but they still scored 5 innings, took care of the best bet of the day, which is Cubs over 4.5 team total. We skinned by on that one, but a win's a win, right? I can't tell you how many times we got beat by the hook. Shota for the Cubs going against Bibby in this one for the Guardians. Bibby hasn't pitched too bad. He's only given up 2-3 runs lately. The thing is, 2-3 runs might be enough here for the Cubs to get a victory, even though we like him to score a little bit more overall in this game. Shota pitched really well his last time, coming off the injured list in his first time out. He's only pitched like 50 innings, or less than 50 innings so far this season. The Cubs are definitely going to need Shota and ride him to the rest of the season, so hopefully he can stay healthy here. Cubs about $1.50 favorite. Let's give you all the plays in this Cubs game because we got a ton. Cubs money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Cubs over 4.5 team total. Cubs minus a half a run first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Tucker and PCA, both 5 props apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases in that one. And then Shota also under 2.5 earned runs. There wasn't much else out for Shota as we're recording this show. So make sure you come back out and check our Google Sheets, or if you're on our Discord, we'll update any additional plays on there as well. And yes, the Discord is still available. It has went up in price like I told you it was going to on July 1st, but still available. Anybody that was in before then is grandfathered in as long as they stayed paid active on the Discord. I will have further details on the Discord here in the next couple days for you as well if you want to hop on to. Next game up. Orioles and the Rangers. So Rangers get a big win, post a big number too. What was it, 10-2? Jacob deGrom pitched really well. He was not as dominant as Jacob deGrom was in the previous start, but that's all right. I mean, you know what I mean? He pitched a no-hitter into the 8th in the last start. He pitched well. I mean, he shut down that Orioles offense, gave up, 2 runs? Was it a Sanchez homer? Like I said, drawing a couple blanks here as we're recording this show, but Nathan Eovaldi against Sagano. Sagano in the last few times out has gotten rocked really early as well. So for all you people that love to play no-run first inning, don't play no-run here. Play yes, even though you might just be relying on the Rangers to get it. Sagano has struggled early in ball games, to say the least, over his last 3 to 4 starts, I want to say. Eovaldi, we'll see. Should pitch pretty well in this spot, I think, against the O's. We like the Rangers in this spot here. We'll give you all the bets for that game as well. Rangers money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Rangers over 3.5 team total. Rangers minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. We got Josh Smith, Corey Seager. Had a good night last night. 5 props apiece, home run double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up. Astros, Hunter Brown against Gomber and the Rockies. So Astros put up 6 runs extremely early and hold on for dear life and win that game 6-5. So all of you that were banking on the Stros, it was one of those games where the bullpen got beat up a little bit. I mean, they were relatively not that big of a favorite for being in Colorado against the Rockies. Today they are. Hunter Brown in this one. We love Hunter at all times possible. We know Tariq Skubal's going to win the Cy Young for the AL unless he gets injured. If he does get hurt, Hunter Brown's next in line. Max Fried's up there as well, but Fried, after giving up 4 yesterday, or 4 on Tuesday, Hunter Brown probably takes that slot over. He should dominate the Rockies. That's what we expect here. Hunter Brown K's, I'd be looking at that one. The Stros we like minus 1.5 in the first 5 innings. So basically, the Stros need to get on the stick a little bit and score. They did early yesterday, just couldn't produce anything late. But do like the Astros minus 1.5 first 5 innings because the juice is too much at minus a half. Money line here, obviously, minus 1.5 on the run line. It's probably a little juicy. I'd play 2.5. But I think your best overall play is actually the Stros minus 1.5 in the first 5. Brown K's as well in that one. Next game up, we've got the Giants and the D-backs. So the D-backs get another win and a big time, good scoring effort. They needed it, obviously, with Zach Gallen at home, right? He's been god-awful, to say the least. Rout versus Merrill Kelly in this one. So Merrill Kelly's had a couple of starts in a row that weren't fantastic for him. No question. Especially at home, So what do we expect here? We expect the Giants not to score much again and the D-backs offense to take this game over, as the Giants are in a huge swoon. I mean, they're in danger right now of getting swept 2 series in a row. So they got swept by the Marlins at home and then come here. The Giants are struggling to put up runs. The Devers trade has not worked out so far. Now, maybe it does. God, they've got him for the next 8.5 years, right? So you can't get all pissy about the trade here in 5 minutes, but the Giants are in a struggle fest right now. They cannot figure out how to score. They keep moving the lineup around. I think Ramos leading off is probably the best thing for him, to be really honest. Ramos, I really like him, but he does have some at-bats that are no bueno, right? He needs to consistently look at a few more pitches in order to make the leadoff really good for him. But we do like the Diamondbacks over their team total in this one. Should be 4.5. I'll play the D-backs first 5. D-backs for the game as well, like all of those. And Giants under 4.5 team total is always a safe play as well. As their offense, like I said, is in a world of hurt. Next game up. 9:40 Eastern time as well. Royals, congratulations on a road win against the Mariners. And Kyle Riley, I think, is still swinging at pitches. Golden sombrero time for Mr. Raleigh in that one. Logan Gilbert versus Noah Cameron. Noah Cameron's really only struggle has been against power teams for the most part. I know he's 2-4. The ERA is excellent. The expected ERA is also very good. But the Mariners are a big favorite here. They should be, realistically. They did not hit worth a piss against Lorenzen. Now, the Royals did take care of the over, which we said was coming. They got on the board early and often to make that an easy run to the over there, where basically we were done watching. We didn't even have to watch the last couple innings, right? So even better. And that one, we like the Mariners in this spot. Let's give you all the plays we've got going here. Let's see, we're going Mariners money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Mariners over 3.5 team total. Mariners minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Kyle Riley, we expect to get back on the horse. And Randy Arozarena, who's been hitting the ball well lately, both of those guys, 5 props apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases in that one. And last game on the board, Dodgers And White Sox, Clayton Kershaw going for 3,000 strikeouts. We've got baseball history to be made in this one. And no surprise here, the Dodgers are another $3 plus favorite as they go against Burke and the White Sox. They get an easy win on Tuesday. Chance for the Dodgers to really rack up some wins here going against one of the worst road teams out there in the White Sox. The White Sox definitely hitting more of a swoon. They were close to 500 at home, and then all of a sudden starting losing games there too, except when they faced the Giants, right? So totals at 9.5, which is here's the thing. If you're looking at totals here, that one's a little steep for me because I think the White Sox might need to score 2. I don't know if they can, the way they've been hitting the ball. I think the Dodgers team total a lot safer play if you're looking at that one. We think the Dodgers crush him here. We watch history with Kershaw getting 3,000 strikeouts as well. I think he at least gets 3 in the game, if not 5 or 6. But we'll give an early congratulations to Clayton Kershaw as long as his arm doesn't fall off or he gets hurt. He's definitely going to hit the 3,000 mark. Let's give you all the bets we've got in this Dodgers game. Dodgers money line, yes, I know it's juicy, but might be the easiest play on the board. Minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over 5.5 team total again. Dodgers minus a run and a half. First 3, 5, and 7 innings. Ohtani and Pages, 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I know for Ohtani that's going to be really juicy as well when it comes up. 2+ total bases and 3+ total bases as well. All right, and we're just going to double check and make sure we didn't miss nothing with the suspended games. I'm not going to help you with the suspended game. Red Sox are up 2-1. That's still going off the game from Tuesday. So nothing we can really do except play live there in case you want to get going on. The other game that we did miss, and I do apologize because it wasn't on the board yet, Red Sox at 7:10 Eastern time. Nick Martinez, and no starting pitcher announced yet for the Red Sox. So this doesn't, the suspended game and doubleheaders are a little bit different here because the suspended game's going to go off, 4.5, 5 hours before the regular game here. I don't think that need to worry about the split and all that kind of different stuff here. But Nick Martinez, really good at home, really bad on the road. Red Sox, money line first 5. Red Sox, money line for the game. Martinez, if his outs are at 16.5, play the under there as well, as we think he gets beat up a little early and comes out of that game and he always throws a lot more pitches on the road as well. And we're just going to double check the rest of the slate. That's all of them. We got 18 games plus a suspended game on Getaway Wednesday, right? As we July 2nd, as we get close to the July 4th weekend. All right, so we just went through a ton of bets. How do you get a chance to take a look at those bets? No problem at all. We've got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok, YouTube, channel pages, as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. Link to our Google Sheets, docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on that link, go to Baseball 2025 tab, scroll all the way down to July 2nd. You'll be able to see all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at, and obviously the result once everything's all finished up. Do you like the content you're seeing here and want to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on, and you'll show up in our follow or subscriptions tab. When we drop a new episode of bets like this one, give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you the ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.